The officials for tonight's game. The man who will have the task of keeping this game under control, and also he has to be very nervous, Andy Van Hellemond, along with John D'Amico and Ron Finn. Ron Hextall, the starter for Philadelphia, 15-10, 2.76 goals against average and 2 shutouts. The man everybody is talking about for the Conn Smythe Award. And it will be Grant Fuhr in the net for the Oilers. 2.54 average, 13-5. It's his one-loss record. Now in the opening face-off and lineups, Gene Hart.
Well, we have our first prank as a beach ball is thrown on the ice, retrieved by Ron Finn. Philadelphia will go with Poulin, Propp, and Tocchet, Marsh, and Samuelson. And it's the line of Messier, Anderson, and Nielsen for the Oilers with Muni and Lowe. We're all set and the puck is dropped. Carried at the flyer line, Marsh off to Samuelson. Will try to hit the red line, dumps offensive left corner. In after it is Philadelphia's Propp. They skate and knock it back the other way, and then boom. Good check on Messier by the Flyers' Tocchet. Puck wheeled around to the far side by Fuhr and played up the middle. Propp steals it, shot on net. Saved by Fuhr. Flyers working already on the attack as the puck is rolled out, and Messier flies out to Anderson at center. They work down that right side. Anderson at the line. Messier right up the middle. Spun around. The puck is loose. Backhand shot on the net. Controlled by Philadelphia's Hextall as both start the offense early.
Players are wound up. Messier, of course, going to the net, and he got a high stick. I think he got Dave Poulin with a high stick or Hextall in that rush and that pile-up in front of the goal, and we're getting a first penalty called. It'll go to Mark Messier of the Edmonton Oilers, and I think it is cross-checking, Gene.
Well, I would assume after that, Bobby, that the players have to be on the alert tonight, that there'll be no latitudes for penalties.
Exactly what the call is. Again, the Oilers had moved in. Flyers closed up quite well in the loose puck. Everybody had seen it, and then it was a weak backhand by Nielsen. Hextall covered it quite easily, but then Messier came across and cross-checked him. Not a hard one, though. And he'll pick up the first penalty, and that has been the style of Van Hellemond in most of the playoff series. He has called the game fairly close in that first 10 to 15 minutes of the game to get everybody settled down, and then allows the team to play hockey.
Neither power play to brag about in this series or for the entire playoffs. Philadelphia just 5 for 25 against Edmonton, 18 for 90. That's 1 in 5. The Oilers defensively have been good, allowing only 17 and 80 shorts. About 1 in 6. Play at the line. Coffey breaks it up, but the Flyers penetrate loose puck. Dropped off to Howe with a drive, high and wide to the short side. Eklund picks it up at the top of the left point. Feeds it off to Crossman. Crossman is checked. Howe then rolls it around behind the net to Craven. Gets past Huddy. Works to the offensive left corner. Now he's chased by Huddy. Goes back the other way after Propp was dumped by Coffey. Propp now is held up by Coffey. There's a broken stick, and it's Coffey's. Howe in front. Shot. Good save, and we're going to get another penalty, and I think it's going to be against the Oilers, and it's going to be against Coffey for holding after he broke his stick, and the Flyers have a golden opportunity, a two-man advantage for a minute 21.
Something they did not want to do, of course, is to get this situation, but Coffey had been whacking away at Propp throughout that series behind the net. He eventually broke his stick. The dangerous part of it being, Gene, he was playing with a broken stick before he realized it, and with that holding on to Propp and the stick high up around the head area or face area, it's scary when you have that broken shaft in your hand. But he'll pick up the holding call now. It comes at 1:13 here in the opening period, and the Flyers have a two-man advantage.
All right, Coffey 30 minutes on the playoff year. Messier just 14. And Bobby, game 26, the first one in this playoff year where the Flyers have had a two-man advantage. Now is the time to make hay. And the Oilers will counter defensively with Lowe and Curry, along with Craig Muni. Flyers will have Propp, Craven taking the center ice position with Eklund and Howe back with Crossman, offensive right circle.
Kevin Lowe, of course, the big goal scorer for this Edmonton club when they've been shorthanded. He's got 2 goals, both of them shorthanded.
Curry, a big play to win the draw and shoot it down. Flyers have not scored the first goal of the game since Game 4 against the Montreal Canadiens. As Howe swings around and puck bounces on it, picks it up, starts through at the middle ice at the circle into the Oilers zone, off to the left side, and then it's dropped back to Howe at the point as they force the triangle back, and they have it set up right side to Crossman. Curry tries to pick up, then it goes to Eklund. Eklund holds top of the left circle into the side of the net. Craven a shot. He scores! All right, Craven at 1:41, 1-0 Philadelphia.
It's a power play goal too, Gene, and they just moved the puck around and they caught Grant Fuhr cheating. When the play comes down low to the post, Craven watching and see that Fuhr was not set for his shot. He was playing the pass. His legs are open, and he's looking for Craven to go back out front again, and Craven surprised him, whipping it off the inside of the stick and pad, and the Flyers take the lead on the power play goal from Craven, and assisted by Eklund and Crossman.
All right, the Oilers now still have 1:25 to kill on the Coffey penalty, and we get a stoppage of plays to puck a shot out of the rink.
141, Eklund and Crossman, I believe, will be picking up the assists on that power play goal for Murray Craven. But again, it was Craven spying that Fuhr was cheating. In other words, he was flat in his net, expecting the pass to come out in the slot area rather than playing for the shot. And he has found the hole behind Grant Fuhr for Murray Craven. That's his third goal of the playoffs.
Well, there's one relief for Edmonton, Bobby. They don't have to worry about blowing a 2-0 lead.
That's Murray Craven's second power play goal as well.
Offensive left circle, Philadelphia. Eklund, Prop, along with Craven, Howe, and Crossman, a wrap around to the near side. Gretzky tries to take it. It slides off a stick to center, and the Flyers will have to regroup. Gretzky out there with Messier, Mooney on with Coffey as the Flyers now pinched into their own zone. Bad pass to the far side. Gretzky back to Messier. Tries to go back to Gretzky, and it flips off Eklund's stick into the seats far side with a face-off just inside the Philadelphia blue line.
Eklund has been the star for Philadelphia offensively. He, along with Cross and Crockett, a young man that will have another good game tonight. You can just tell it. You can sense it. Flyers without Kerr, Hospodar, Stanley, Tookie, Smith, and Knockbauer tonight. And Edmonton without Bookeboom, Van Dorp, Bookberger, Huzar, LeMay, and Moeller. Edmonton opting to dress an extra defenseman in Steve Smith.
Puck back in the Oilers zone, and they shoot it up ice. Low rolls one in on Hextall. Crossman out with Howe, and Craven on with Pop and Eklund. There's a big check thrown by Messier against Crossman. But now, as Bobby and Eddie always say, the Flyers have to be doubly careful about picking up penalties as Andy Van Hellemond has set the tone. Puck in, Gretzky fails to clear. Crossman around behind the net. Howe picks up his position. Flyers go back to the left point to Eklund. Closing in, left circle. Crossman is there. Fakes. Now he's in. Tries to roll it through, and he almost had it, and Gretzky breaks out along with Lowe and Muni. Two men back, but he's going to challenge Eklund down that right side. Penetrates, drops a pass, but it's off the skate of Craven. Oh my, Crossman had Fuhr hung up and then rolled the pass through, and it was just deflected with 22 seconds remaining on the Flyer power play. Ron Sutter is in with a drive, high off the glass behind the Oiler goal, and ricochets all the way down the ice as McTavish is out there with Hunter. It is rolled around to the near side, picked off and shot back in the Flyer zone behind Hextall by Randy Gregg. 6 seconds and Coffey will be out, and the Oilers will pay some price for picking up 2 early penalties, but they will be reciprocated upon, as the Flyers know, as Andy Van Hellemond sets the tone early. Puck in the Oilers zone, or Flyer zone, and cleared up at center ice. Chips in past Randy Gregg as the Flyers now have Tocchet on along with Derek Smith and Ron Sutter. But the Oilers take it away, and it's rolled up by McSorley to center ice to McTavish over the line. Swings to the right, tries to cut in on the net. Nice play by Samuelson to break it off. There's a lost stick, and the Flyers then jam it off the body of Derek Smith at his line and all the way down the ice. You've just joined us at 3:45 played. Flyers picked up a 2-man advantage goal. Now Ruotsalainen flying up the middle. He penetrates, bullet shot off the pad of Hextall. McCrimmon rebounds, but then gives it away to the right point to Dave Anders. Hunter shot on, rebound loose, and it's just swept around behind the net as Hextall had it, lost it, and it appeared that Craig McTavish had a tap in. Philadelphia bringing it up the middle on the left side. Derek Smith worked on from behind by McTavish and then bumped into the boards at center as he slides it down into the Oiler end. Gretzky comes out there now along with Steve Smith, and Gretzky flies into the Philadelphia zone. Puck just swept off the stick to the near side, and we're going to have a Flyer penalty, and here they come.
Dave Poulin will pick up the first Philadelphia penalty. Hooking is the call at 4:22. Classic one-on-one battle with the two captains. Gretzky of the Oilers, Poulin for the Flyers. He tried to go that inside route, and he was tugged, and of course Wayne Gretzky, knowing full well when he lost the puck, going down, and the penalty occurs. And now Edmonton has the man advantage for the first time.
2 of the 3 penalties in the game for the Oilers. Poulin 14 minutes on the air. The Oilers against Philadelphia just 3 for 21 on the power play. on the league for the whole. They are 17 for 88. Flyers get the draw, and out there is Zezel along with Sutter. Sutter ices it, and Zezel goes off to be replaced by Brian Propp. Marsh back with Samuelson. Rutsalainen is sent away by Gregg as they come up with Curry, Krashelnyski, and Gretzky at the Flyer line. Up the middle, they try to play, and it's dropped back. Gregg right into the circle. Shot high off the shoulder of Hextall. Fed behind the net. Centered back to the right point to Curry. Curry holds. Chased in there. Made the move by Ron Sutter to the near side. And then pressure put on by Propp against the near side player for the Oilers, Rutsalainen. And that loose puck jabbed up by Philadelphia and sent down the ice. 5 minutes gone in the third. A minute 20 remaining on the Oiler power play. Curry storms up the middle, tries a pass through, it's blocked off, and Philadelphia just ices it. That's Peter Zezel out there now, along with Murray Craven, and Marsh and Samuelson go off, and Howe and McCrimmon come on. 1-5 remaining on the Oiler power play. Steve Smith is out there, along with Gretzky, Messier, and Charlie Huddy. They penetrate, and the pass is blocked off, and the Flyers just dump it off the referee's leg to center ice. Trickles to the Oiler line, where it's dropped for Gretzky by Steve Smith. Hits Anderson. Anderson's pass smothered. He gets it back, though, on the rebound from Messier, and then the Oilers play it back, as they obviously a little skitterish off the Flyer comebacks and the early goal with a two-man advantage for Philadelphia. The Oilers try to play, but again, a sloppy pass is behind Anderson. Back in the Oilers zone, but he left sides it at his own circle to Smith and then to Messier. Messier drops it to center ice. Here come the Oilers. Anderson can't get out. He stopped, and then it's poked through on the near side. Short-handed Tocchet. Oh, and a big save from the top of the circle by Fuhrer as Messier was stripped, and it was played now to Messier at center ice. 15 seconds on the Oiler power play. They penetrate right side to Huddy, deep in the corner. Has a trailer. Nobody at the point now. Glow picks it up just at the point left side. In along the near boards, gets a return. Cuts up the middle. Right circle pass. No play for Gretzky. The other way. Flyers read it. Closed off the slot as Lowe cheated. In and out of the penalty box comes Poulin. Flyers up the middle. Over the line. Eklund goes right side into the corner. Rebounded. Taken by the Oilers away from Tocchet. He jams up two Oilers, and finally it is taken by Glenn Anderson. 6.5 gone first period. Each team now with a power play. The Flyers quick on theirs. McTavish over the line. Shot deflected wide. Picked up by McSorley in the offensive left corner. Rolls it around behind that. Daniel out there. He peels it up on the left side. Poulin blocks, can't control. And then it's cleared in by McTavish. He has no control. And Daniel now whips it around from his left to the right defensive corner, where Crossman is able to clear it past Sinisalo all the way down. That should be an icing. Flyers take the draw out of their zone. Flying up on the right side. Through at the line is Sinisalo. Cuts up the middle. Left wing's a pass. Just picked off by Muni and sent up to McSorley at center right. Through to Hunter with McTavish on his left. Marsh back. Quick shot. Oh! And doing some cherry picking was Hextall. Rolls it out to the right side. And a cross-rink pass by Sinisalo is picked off at center ice and lifted high in the air by Poulin, but too far into the end seats, and we'll have a neutral zone face-off.
Flyers, very loose hockey club, as we talked about, Gene, and Edmonton seems a little tight at this point. The Flyers have been an excellent job as Hunter got that quick shot away. Hextall, the big glove save, and then cleared the puck up. And that's a very difficult shot for a goaltender to stop, because he's shooting in full stride, and it's a wrist shot. Does not indicate to the goalie when he's going to shoot it. So sometimes it doesn't have to be real hard, but the fact that it's on the net and very quick creates problems for goaltenders.
Sutter with Carson making his first appearance along with Brown, debuting tonight in the game. Flyers go McCrimmon and Howe, and for the Oilers, Nielsen left, Anderson right, centered by Messier with Steve Smith and Charlie Huddy. Smith, of course, of the infamous goal here last year in Game 7 against Calgary. Puck around behind the Oiler net, Flyer left wing, and Lindsey Carson pumps it behind the Edmonton goal, but Messier there takes it, makes a nice little move inside Ron Sutter, and outlets to Anderson at center ice. Beautiful move, right through Carson, over the line, looks to go in, he's got Danson in the shot, score! Unbelievable passing play. Messier, Anderson, and Nielsen, magnificent.
7:45 comes the goal, and you won't see a prettier one. Anderson did a beautiful job of getting around Lindsey Carson, and then Messier put off the check to run center. Nielsen back to Messier, who just had enough room to put it in, and what a gorgeous goal by this trio. Messier pulls the trigger from Nielsen and Anderson to tie this hockey game, and this Messier is a player who has not been very productive as far as points are concerned. He's played well, but he has not had the points in this final series that you would expect a player of his caliber to do. But boy, he opens up the scoring for Edmonton and ties this game on his 12th goal, and a beautiful one it was.
That's his first against Philadelphia. But that time Dave Brown got caught. That opened up Nielsen, and then he drew over Hextall. Now the Oilers ought to be ignited, and watch out, point shot, Curry. Almost hit home there by Gretzky, picks it off. Now you have to worry about them surging. Rutsalainen a shot, save, and Hextall grabs that. And Curry along with Gretzky, a weak pass out by the Flyers. There's a shot from the point wide by Rutsalainen. Flyers now have the Oilers running at him, and Philadelphia just has to regroup for us if they ice it. But they get a break as it turns right in on Fuhr. 11:40 gone, and with the shakedown of penalties, power play, and the Oiler and Fire goals, I think both teams should be at top fiddle now. Gretzky at center ice, through on the near wing, looking for Tiedemann. Slides deep in the Flyers zone. Tiedemann is taken down off of skates as Andy Van Helleman looks on. The Flyers drill it out of the Oilers zone to center, but Edmonton with the puck comes back into the near side. Tikkanen is beaten to it by Hextall. Looks to clear it around high past Gretzky, and he read that play and got it up, so Gretzky couldn't knock it down the offensive right corner. But now after that surge, the Oilers have owned the puck. There's a drop through to Gretzky. He's into the zone, skated off. The Flyers pump it up on the near side. Now they'll come up Samuelson up the middle. Gets past one check at center ice. Drives to the blue line. And Fuhr the save. The Oilers sweep it out to center ice. Tocchet off the Philadelphia bench is chased in there by Dave Hunter. Flips it into the Oilers zone. Then goes into chase as the Oilers get it through to Gretzky at center ice. Swept off a stick by Howe. Tries to come back the other way. Howe is checked by Hunter. But the Flyers take it off and send it through. Over the line comes Eklund. 3 men back. So he goes left side. Prop is in. Shot. Oh, it got behind Fuhr. And the Flyers just missed by tapping it home. Then Howe's shot blocked in front. McCrimmon a drive. And the Oilers take it off and send it to center. That drive by Prop got inside Fuhr as McTavish now picks up the play into the zone. Swings to the left. He gets inside McCrimmon. Turns back to the blue line. Inside against McCrimmon. Around behind the Flyer net. Tied up but drops it off to McSorley as Lowe at the point. Lowe looks for the screen. Shot. Save and comes right back to Eklund. As knocking down the Flyer in front was McTavish. That was Hextall. But Prop shot got through and it lie right behind Fuhr for a good 4 seconds and no Flyer could get in there. Now we get a play along the near side and we get a whistle. And then, yeah.
And the players couldn't hear it, and Hextall's in here, and he was just going to flip the puck up, but they are still upset. But Marty McSorley, who is a big goal scorer for Edmonton here in Game 5, saved the day as he got in there quickly to put that puck away from Grant Fuhr. The Flyers looked like Klopp had the puck going through him. Then McCrimmon was charging for the net, but McSorley had got there just prior to that and shoved it outside there. As McCrimmon would have been there, had McSorley not been heads up, the Flyers would have taken the lead again. As Grant Fuhr really looks to be a little bit shaky out here. He's not sure exactly where that puck is. He's having trouble with some rebounds. So if the Flyers can put some more action in on him, they might be able to get a few more goals. But McSorley saves the day for the Oilers.
Pretty wide open first 10 minutes. Flyers have had 8 shots. The Oilers have had 10. Nielsen is given the blue line. Then a point shot right on. And quickly, Nielsen tries to speed it around, and Hextall was buried at the side of the net. Getting up very slowly. Over the line, Thomas Mellenbion. Up the slot, kicks off a skate right in on Fuhr, makes the save. Then the Oilers look to outlet for Nielsen. It's blocked off, but Marsh quickly gets back, and here they come. That goes Nielsen over the line. Messier breaking for the net. Anderson is the trailer. Now Nielsen shoots right on. Rebound in front. Look out. Nielsen shoots again. What a save. He shoots again, and it's blocked off to the point. And the Flyers have to start gathering forces here as Marsh ties his man up in the corner. There goes Anderson behind. Samuelson tries to clear out, picked off by Coffey deep in the corner, centers it, and Marsh picks it off, and the Flyers are going to get a little breathing room, and Marsh ices it, and they're going to get a stoppage of play. Oh my, Nielsen tried but couldn't find a hole. With 9:08 remaining in the first period, Flyers Flyers win the draw, Crossman up the middle, and out comes Philadelphia to center ice. Carson's taken down. Ron Sutter can't penetrate, stopped by Ruotsalainen. Now takes it, tries to pop it into the zone, broken up, then jabs it deep in on, but Tikkanen takes it, wheels it around to Gretzky along his left wing in the zone, up the middle, and they've got Ron Sutter, but he comes across beautifully to break up the thrust by Curry, and we're going to have a delay offside whistled against the Oilers unless the Flyers bring it out, and they do up the center of the ice. Looking is Ron Sutter, can't get past Tikkanen, winds it down behind Fuhr. We've got 8.5 minutes remaining first period. It is 1-1. The Oilers have 2 of the 3 penalties, out shooting Philadelphia 13-8. Randy Gregg up the middle with Tikkanen into the zone, drops back to Gretzky. The trailer is Muni. Gretzky tries a short side shot, save is made, and Tikkanen is stripped of the rebound, and out comes Philadelphia. Randy Gregg tried to run at Hextall, and Daigneault knocked him down. Now the puck is up the middle. Flyers try to wheel it in, and it's broken up, and here we come. Anderson through to Hunter. Hunter into the zone, broken up. Gretzky swung loose, and here comes the Flyers' Tocchet, an offensive left corner dump. Rolls behind the net. There is Propp trying to take it away from Muni with no success, and McSorley spins around the backside. Stolen by the forechecking Eklund. Behind the net, Propp is there, in front, and it went behind Tocchet and past Howe. Tocchet in the slot, and Howe at the blue line, and the Flyers retrieve at center ice. Now up through. Tocchet makes sure that he's onside. Nope, not sure enough.
1-1 the score. 7:39 remains in the first period. Edmonton out shooting Philadelphia 14-8.
McTavish on with Hunter and McSorley, low back with Muni. Flyers start with Craven, Propp, Sinisalo. Make that, Poulin and Sinisalo along with Crimmon and Howe. Hunter chases a man back, and Poulin at center ice tries through, but McTavish steals the puck at center to Muni. Rink wide pass, McSorley into the zone, into the left, and offside the play. As again, because of the tumult here in our play at our broadcast booth at one end of the rink, whistle sometimes difficult to hear.
Greg McTavish, the Lowell University graduate, signed here as a free agent and has been their best player in the playoffs, according to a lot of people. He has shaved off his beard. Marty McSorley, who was his line mate, had a beard as well, and both of them have come to this final game clean shaven.
I think
Talk
all
about being superstitious. They want to change their luck, and they look today everything.
I think all have saved Glenn Anderson. Puck at the Flyer line as they control the draw. Howe to McCrimmon, still in. Hooks up the middle, hits Eklund, who turns and pops a pass. Tocchet knocks it down and bangs it in along the near side to Propp. Propp is hit hard. High check by McTavish. Loose puck, Muni behind the net, gives it away. And then Tocchet almost had it, but Lowe has poke checked the tree. To McTavish, through up at center ice he comes. He's knocked down at center ice. They look for penalty, and every time somebody falls now, or somebody is bumped, the moans and groans from both sides. Flyers work it up here. Make sure you get it out, and Tocchet whips it up too far at center ice for either Propp or Eklund. Down goes McCrimmon as the Oilers shoot at the center, and it's picked up by McSorley. Flying is Coffey over the line, into the zone shot. Blocked. Marsh can't find the handle. The puck comes in front. They whack at it, and Hextall falls on it as Nielsen almost got his first goal of this series.
It's been bouncing around out there, and Hextall has been very sharp. He has been concentrating extremely well, and sometimes you wonder what's going to happen in the 7th game of the Stanley Cup Final with a rookie, but I don't think you have to wonder anymore. Ron Hextall is here tonight, and he has been outstanding so far. His concentration complete. He has been watching that puck, and when you're getting backed and smacked around there, that makes it difficult.
6:42 remaining in the first period, tied at 1. It's been a most effective line, a dangerous line tonight. Ron Sutter will take the defensive draw. He's on with Samuelson and Marsh, and as it comes back to the point, Coffey went down with glove and stick, couldn't control the puck, and it bounces back to his line, and they'll try out of the Oilers zone. Left winging it past. Nielsen is beaten to it, but it's broken free at center ice, and now Anderson will penetrate against Marsh. He's there with a shot. Good kick save by goaltender Hextall as the Oilers got off. A beautiful steal. Messier shoots. Hit the goalpost. And they got their hands up, and Andy Van Helleman has not signaled goal. And neither has the light gone on, and almost a goal as the Messier stole the puck and went in alone. The puck behind the net. The Oilers got the sticks up, but neither the referee nor the goal judge put the light on. The off-ice officials here tonight from Calgary. Here comes Messier. He's been a tiger tonight. He tries to break through. Samuelson is cut off, and Marsh then outlets on the left side to Prop. Coming through with Sutter 2-on-2. Prop over the line, drops to Sutter. Tries to go right on through Muni, but he doesn't. The puck does. Then Sutter on the far side tries to protect the puck. The Oilers then wing it to center ice along the near board. Tikkanen fights, but Samuelson for Philadelphia pumps it up into the Oiler end. They go around the horn to Ruotsalainen on the right side from Randy Gregg, and through, and here comes Tikkanen flying at the flyer line. Goes in, stops, tries to get away from Nielsen. The Flyers jab it to the point. Curry tries to keep it, and Eklund sends it through at center ice over the line. Prop, long shot. Fuhrer with the right glove, grabs to the short side. 5:18 remaining first period, tied at 1. Ruotsalainen puts it on the stick of Gregg, and then left winging it to Tikkanen. Right side, he had Curry down into the corner. Way out is Hextall to poke it away from Curry. That's a gutsy move, and the Flyers then drill it off the skate of Prop to center ice. Lowe is there as the Flyers line has been out. Now Mellanby goes on for Tocchet as the Oilers shoot it in high. Gretzky will trail in after Mellanby, overskates it but kicks it around for control. Around to the far side, hooked by Gretzky, loses the puck and then is able to pull it out to the blue line but not out. The Oilers kick it in, but there is Howe to send it up on the right side for McCrimmon through at the red line, and he bounces it into the offensive left corner to the right of Fuhrer, and the Flyers change on the go. Daigneault out with Crossman as the Oilers, here they come. Hunter up on the left side at center ice, 3-on-3 with Curry over the line. Curry's there, drive, save by Hextall. It went off a skate to the sharp right side. There's Muni putting it in front. Now Mellanby knocks it down, can't get it away from Hunter, who tries to throw it into the goal mouth, and the Flyers take it. The Oilers controlling it at the point. Lowe has Gretzky on the near side, but his pass picked off and sent by Crossman to center ice. Derek Smith in the zone against Muni. Shot generated from the blue line, and Fuhrer blocks it behind. Then wheels it up on the far side. Daigneault keeping it in at the point. Shot covered by Sinisalo. His is short side wide, and rebounds to Nielsen at center ice, coming with McTavish and Curry 2-on-2. Nielsen in, shot, and eaten up there by Hextall. Kicks off to his left, and Sinisalo gets it off the skate of the referee to center ice for Philadelphia. The Oilers bounce it in, and Hextall grabs, drops it off, and gives it right away to Nielsen. Open net shot, and Hextall just got back there in time, as Nielsen has been a factor in this period. Up ice, the Flyers lose it. Poulin has it taken away by McTavish. Elbowed and bumped off by Sinisalo. Flyers get it, and there goes a pass, and the reason for the huzzah was the knocking down of the referee, and then the pass into the zone. Poulin looks, goes back, there goes Crossman, shot, and he missed the net, and then it goes to the far side. Poulin at his knees is knocked down by Anderson. Zezel comes out of that corner behind the net. He's grabbed by Coffey, fights off the check, tries to get it out in front. The two battle, and now in there, McTavish has a bare hold on Poulin. Zezel trying to kick it out to the side of the net. In front, Crossman shot, marvelous save by Fuhrer, and an excellent effort by Zezel to break that free, and Crossman had two tremendous chances to put the Flyers in the lead. Missed on the first shot and was robbed on the second as Gretzky penetrates. In past Crossman, hold. There goes Tikkanen in the trailer. Up the middle to Ruotsalainen just off the Oiler bench, but the Flyers read that and send it to center ice with 2:45 remaining first period. There's a steal. Up ice comes Daigneault. Lifts it down the left boards, off the ledge, and it trickles down behind Fuhrer. Setting it up there, and it's outletted to Curry. Quick rattle pass, trying to find Gretzky off the stick to center. Lifted in by Tocchet on the backhander to the right of Fuhrer, where it's grabbed by Oiler defenseman Gregg. Tries to outlet the center, skips through Marsh, and here comes Gretzky. In, he's got Tikkanen. He goes back instead to Ruotsalainen, and as he wound up and shot, Prop just lifted his stick, and the puck was picked off and sent by Philadelphia to center ice. 2:13 remaining in the period. Curry at center ice has his pass, bounce off the skate. Flyers try to break it free, but Gretzky gathers it in, into the zone past Tikkanen, and retreating, and the only one after the puck legitimately, Samuelson. Spins around from left to right, comes up on the near side at the red line, and slides it in deep. As the Flyers have Mellanby, Carson, and Ron Sutter out there with Samuelson and Marsh. The Oilers, Curry loses it. Rips it into Mellanby, in front, shot! And Mayow off the skate of Lowe, as the Flyers taking quick advantage, and the Oilers then throw it down the ice. It bounces and trickles to the Flyer goal area. Messier after it, and Hextall steers it past him into center ice and back in the Oiler end, as the linesman kept counting bodies there coming off the Oiler bench, and then they wheel it up. Messier in full flight, penetrates. Anderson tries to come in front, does, shot, and I don't know where that went off the side of Hextall's pad, but Anderson is flying. The Oilers in front. It's knocked away from Anderson. This line is absolutely dynamite in the first period for Edmonton, as out comes Mellanby on the left wing, a rink-wide pass to McCrimmon over the line, and he just flutters one in alongside Fuhr, as the Flyers now bring out Sinisalo along with Craven and Derek Smith, and it is McTavish at center, stopped by Howe. Howe tries to screen the puck off from future Oiler play, but Huddy takes it at the fire line, tries to slide it in, and it's sent up ice through to Poulin. He stopped at center on a good shoulder check, takes it then, falls, and then is only able to drive it in deep. As we're in the final minute of play, 45 seconds, first period, tied at 1. It's been beautiful. McTavish up the middle. Samuelson and Marsh back along with Sinisalo and Poulin. Shot by McTavish. The body of Hextall, and he grabs on his 18th shot of the period.
There's been so many near misses, so many great defensive plays and offensive plays, and the near misses we talk about are those post shots. Those are the best friends of goaltenders. When you're out to dry and you just seem to miss the shot, Mr. and Mrs. Tom Post come to your rescue, and this is what happened on this occasion. Brad Marsh had given up the puck, and Messi all alone shot, and it hit the goalpost and went out. Top crossbar, actually, where it hit, and it appeared that they had it, but no, the crossbar and down and out. Perfect angle to see that everybody thought was in, but Van Hellemond was right on the spot. The goal judge was right there as well. It did not go in.
Marsh plays out to the point. The Oilers keep it in. Curry sends it toward the net. Marsh cuts it off, and with 29 seconds left in the period, up through its center, right past Tikkanen, tries to roll it in, and the Oilers almost had Gretzky free at center ice. Sammy stayed back, stayed at home, and picked it up and sent it into the Oiler end, but Gretzky was hanging at center. Now he's got Tikkanen flying on the right 2-on-2 over the line. Jenner fakes the shot. Samuelson goes down. Then into the slot. All along, a shot over the top of the net as Hextall was down, and I'm not sure why, as the Flyers then lifted out to center ice with 3, 2, 1, and we come to the end of a bristling first period.
Bobby, one thing really notice is that the Flyers, we've talked about them giving up the blue line, but it seemed like the Oilers are giving up the blue line at the opposite end.
You know, Coach, anytime they become a little cautious or when they become uncertain of themselves, they do that.
Flyers will have Zezel out along with Tocchet and Derek Smith. This is the Scarborough line, the 3 young underage rookies who made the club in their first year, 84-85. But Messier has sparkled up through at center ice, a drop to Anderson, and then it's broken up, but the Oilers followed up. Muni has stopped at center, and then his pass off a deflection into the near side seats will have a neutral zone face-off.
I'd then say they're probably thinking the second period has been their worst. They want to come out of it no worse than 1-1 or even up by 1. The same way the Flyers wanted that same situation after the first period.
It's only the second game of the 6 where the Flyers weren't trailing after 1 period. There's a puck at center ice. On both occasions they were tied. Puck wound down behind Fuhr. Derek Smith forechecking, but they get it around to Anderson. Messier, and a pass blocked up in the air off the body of Philadelphia's Peter Zezel, and then Anderson behind his net, scoots around to the left side of Fuhr, cranks it up, looks up and carries it through at center, flies past Kuchek, now tries to get it in. Messier working in, the Flyers there is a jam shot by Anderson, and Sutter is able to jam it down the ice. But this trio, particularly Messier and Anderson, are excelling tonight, and they want to put on the show, and they need the big victory. Messier over the line, drops off to Curry with a quick shot, save, and Hextall tries to cover it near side. The Oilers get it back to the point, but right there was Philadelphia, and Mellanby gets it up the middle to Carson, but it's a 2-liner.
Excellent play on the part of Messier, and he just backs everybody off. And we've talked about that, the Flyers backing off that blue line, and Curry getting the good shot away, and Hextall making the save off the angle. But the Edmonton Oilers are gaining that blue line and are making the plays.
McSorley and Carson in a little Swick challenge here in the near side. It is McTavish, Hunter, and McSorley on against Mellanby, Carson, and Ron Sutter. The puck is wheeled around behind Hextall. Howe out to the far side. Gets it up to the point. Kept in by the Oilers, Randy Gregg. Now trying to break it free is McCrimmon. He does, but can't get his stick down as Gregg has a hold of it. Finally, it is McCrimmon pivoting in the corner away from McSorley. Lifts it into the air. Knocked into the zone by the Oilers. Kept in. Then Howe is able to get it out. Gregg rules it in, but shallow. And then Howe off the far side puts it up the middle to Ron Sutter. His wild pass to the left side eludes Lindsey Carson. And it's played by McSorley up the middle. McTavish an overload. He's got a 2-on-1. He's going right on in. Fakes, shoots. What a save! As he had Hextall down with his feet out to the near side, and he turned back the other way as McTavish just made a glittering play and was robbed of a possible chance to give the Oilers the lead. They come out of their zone. McTavish again, as the Oilers had just been peppering away at Philadelphia, up the middle, poked away from McSorley, and sent wildly to center ice as the Flyers not having much puck control in this early part of the second period. With 2:20 gone, we're tied at 1. Flyers got on the board. Craven, a two-man advantage goal at 1:41, and then Messier at 7:45 to equalize. Oilers out shooting Philadelphia 20-12, and here they come storming up again. At center ice, it is Coffey. Wants to drop it up the middle. Daigneault, a nice play to take Coffey out, and here comes Eklund back with Tocchet and Propp. The Oilers 3 men back. They drop to Tocchet. He's at a wide angle right, then centers it, and Propp was knocked down in front, and then Gretzky puts it up through at center ice. Tikkanen looking for Curry cross ice at the Flyer line against Crossman. Works up the middle. He's going to get no shot. Then pivots, looking for the trailer. Beautiful stick work, and then gives it right away to Propp. Propp, if he had speed, would come up the middle, and then Curry buries him, taking him off the skates at the Oiler line. Turns off and sends it up to center ice, where Gretzky will take it at the referee's penalty box far side. Then drops it back in the zone, and Muni up ice. The Oilers come. Tikkanen at the Philadelphia line, picked up, drops off to Curry, can't find the handle, bumped off by Poulin, who sends it into the neutral zone. Ruotsalainen has it there, as the Oilers have so far in this period played keep away with Gretzky now in his own zone. Up the middle and flying is Anderson, right side to Ruotsalainen, and he's gone right on in. Pulled down, and that will be a penalty, and the Oilers will get the power play.
Ilkka Sinisalo picks up the second Flyer penalty. Bookings the call at 3:39 gives Edmonton their second power play chance. Ruotsalainen showing that great speed of his, went around the outside, and Sinisalo just pulled the small defenseman down, and Van Helleman caught him for that hooky minor. But just prior to that, Craig McTavish has just been outstanding. Made a beautiful move, and then we saw the rest. Then Ron Hextall, an outstanding save to keep this game deadlocked at 1.
Penalties in the game and even at 2. Sinisalo with just 4 minutes on the playoff year. The Oilers 0 for 1 tonight. They are 3 for 22 against Philadelphia. Right, they'll go with the big unit. Huddy will jam the net and try to harass Hextall, along with Coffey, Gretzky at the left point, Anderson and Messier. The Flyers go Marsh with Samuelson and Ron Sutter with Poulin. It goes back to Gretzky. Coffey with a one-timer. What a skate save right side by Hextall to Coffey again. Off to the Propp. There's a play to Anderson, his shot. That hit Huddy in front, and I think it hit him on the back of the leg, and he's coming off in a little bit of pain, and he's waving at the Oiler bench, give me some help, guys. He had his back to the shot and got hit, I guess, in the calf of the leg, but he was right where he was supposed to be, harassing Hextall. All right, the Oilers, with a minute and a half left, have Messier firing up the middle. He has their goal, gets the blue line, drops it back to the point. There goes Gretzky right on in. Left circle, save by Hextall, rebound, and it's shot wide at the side of the crease by Messier, and the Flyers drive it down. Right now, Bobby, the Oilers are just an extraordinary offensive machine.
They've really been hitting the Flyers blue line with speed, Gene, and when you do that, that really creates problems defensively.
Gretzky dumps in, comes out in front of Hextall. He takes it himself and guns it right over the head of Andy Van Helleman, the referee, by the linesman Ron Finn along the Flyers' right side and down the ice with a minute left on the power play. Samuelson back with Marsh, and they have Craven on now with Ron Sutter, and that's Curry bringing it up. Over the Philadelphia line, drops it at the blue line, stolen away by Craven in a foot race down that left side. He's going to get a left circle drive, and Fuhr, right at the inner arc of his own right circle, is able to eat that up.
Well, the Oilers came so close to getting that shot, that go-ahead goal, that one-timing attempt by Coffey, but they couldn't get it through their own player, Huddy.
Anderson, Messier, Gregg with the puck, Coffey and Gretzky at the Flyer line. Anderson there, cuts up the middle, rolls it to the net. They whack at it, and right there was Messier trying to get it at the side and scoop it in. Flyers covered that and sent it down. Gregg again, Coffey out up front, Anderson, Messier, and Gretzky. The Flyers have Poulin. There's a steal. Davey tries to hit Propp. It's blocked off and covered by Messier behind the Oiler net. As out comes Eklund now with Tocchet, with the Oilers 10 seconds on the advantage to Messier. Right past Tocchet. Into the zone, but offside on his left was Wayne Gretzky with 8 seconds remaining on the Oiler power play.
this has been a big moment for Philadelphia. It has been the trend of the game. Edmonton has come out and fired in the opening 5 to 10 minutes of every period. And of course, when you have Gretzky and Messier, they get most of their ice time at that time, hoping that they can start putting some goals behind there and getting some little breathing room. Then you'll see the other players come in and play more. But when it doesn't work in the first 8 to 10 minutes, then Sather goes back to that 3 and 4 line combinations that he's been using.
Low and Muni out there along with McTavish, Hunter, and McSorley, and out of the penalty box comes the Flyer. Ilka Sinisalo and the Flyers survive, and it remains 1-1 with 5.5 going into the second period. Checking. Pocket is out along with Eklund and Derek Smith. They play to McSorley, who knocks down with a glove at his own line. Pivots a pass to Mooney and into the zone to McTavish. He stops, carries it to the left. Looks, wants to shoot. Tied up in there by Daigneault. Then gets the pass taken away by Derek Smith. And out comes Tocchet with Eklund at center ice. Eklund dribbling into the zone to Tocchet. Back the other way, and he had Derek Smith in. Missed him with a pass. Then Derek tries to center. And the Oilers try to sweep it out. And due to the Flyers' defensive right side, it rolls into the corner. There go the Oilers. Hunter chasing in after Crossman. There's a checking steal, and all McSorley can do as he was checked is drive it into the Flyers' defensive corner, where Daigneault is able to shoot it out to center ice. They have Coffey back along with Huddy, and up front Gretzky now with Curry coming off the bench, and he's in. Offside by 5 feet.
1-1 the score here in the second period. We played 6 minutes and 35 seconds in. Edmonton out shooting Philadelphia in this second period, 4-1.
Carson on, along with Mellanby and Ron Sutter. They control the draw against Gretzky, Curry, and Tikkanen. Now Crossman up, or McCrimmon up the middle, blocked, and then Mellanby is able to fire it in as the Flyers, again, after the early surge, have been well back on their heels with the Oilers controlling the play and the offense for most of the last 20 minutes. There's a dump into the zone. Huddy tries to roll it in. He's taken down by Mellanby, and then Howe looks up on the right wing. His pass chopped down by Gretzky, taken by Curry, and turns in his own zone. Looks up, drops back, and firing out his Coffey. Right past Carson, he's tripped up. That could have been a call as Gretzky penetrates, swings to the left, in front, trying to find Tikkanen. Well checked by Howe, and then the outlet pass stolen by the Oilers. In front, scooped away from Gretzky. Back to Greg with a drive. Blocked on the far side by Philadelphia, and away they come at center ice. That was Carson who blocked the shot. McCrimmon penetrates with no control, and we played 7.5 minutes in. They look up at center. Steal by the Flyers in front. Sinisalo, point blank, and robbed by Fuhrer. He'll never get a bigger gift than that as back come the Oilers at center ice. Gretzky into the zone. Has the puck knocked behind him in the whole play offside. A gift for Sinisalo, 10 feet, point eye to eye to Fuhrer.
Boy, oh boy, of all the players you would love to have one-on-one with a goaltender for Philadelphia, that'd be Ilka Sinisalo. Excellent forechecking and a bit of luck as well as Tocchet knocked that puck down, and it's Sinisalo all alone. And it didn't look like he got the shot up high enough. Grant Fuhrer anticipated he come out well. Actually, it was Ron Sutter, rather, who knocked that pass down. And Sinisalo's quick shot hit Grant Fuhrer in the pad. And my, oh my, a guy that is almost deadly when he's one-on-one was beaten by Fuhrer.
Flyers try once. The second time do get it to Craven at center ice, who has the Flyer goal at the Oiler line, picked off away from Peter Zezel, and turning and dropping off the Oilers to Anderson and into the zone to Messier. Nice sweep check by Marsh to Samuelson. He puts it up to Zezel on the right wing at center ice. 70-footer on Fuhrer, bounces off the top of his pads, controlled by Muni, turns off to his left, and the Oilers look to bring it into the center ice zone. Carrying it at the Flyer line, and Nielsen drops it back. There's Lowe right into the corner. Tried to hit Anderson in front as he scaled through the crease, and Lowe looks to center. Blocked off by Marsh before he could get it out in front. Round to the far side to Samuelson, and he clears to center. Knocked down by Sinisalo, but as he did, he was on the offensive side of center. McTavish stripped by Eklund as the Flyers clear it around to the near side. Pick it off and drive it once, but not out. It's kept in by Hunter, and a shot by Huddy. But they're going to call the hand pass correctly. That's whistled by Ron Finn on the far side. Finn out of Toronto, 45. And his compatriot John D'Amico, 49. A lot of years on that striped shirt duo.
Charlie Huddy was another one of those players, Gene, that was rumored to be going somewhere before the trading deadline and didn't play much, didn't get his confidence back as he was the original Emery Edge Awards winner, but he's back playing regularly now with his partner, Paul Coffey.
And he's one of the 4 double-figure plus-minuses for the Edmonton Oilers. Puck to the near side. Flyers try to one it out. It's a weak play, but Prop gets it, doesn't get it out. They don't get it out again. McTavish, open man in front. Slebel shot. Oh, and right across there was McCrossman to break that up. The Flyers just a dandy recovery off an awful play. Dave Hunter at his own offensive right corner. Passes in Philadelphia's Prop takes it away, and up to Daniel carry. And the Oilers quickly have 4 men back at center ice. Daniel on a deflected pass through to Eklund. He can't get anything going, and the Flyers really have had little offense for about the 10-minute mark of the first period through 10 of the second. There's a pass to Eklund. Oilers have been wheeling and dealing, but again on the cash register where it counts, it's still 1-1. Puck at the Oiler line, left side pass to Daniel, guns it toward Fuhr. Deep kick rebound out to the left to Dave Hunter, and puts it on the backhander to McTavish, and here come the Oilers flying up the middle. Coffee stop, left side pass, McTavish, a backhander in front, save, rebound, save, and McSorley in front, another shot, this time by Gregg. The Flyers cover it, and Crossman on the far side is able to backhand it, but not out. Steve Smith at the point, shot, deflected wide by McSorley. Now McTavish puts it behind the Philadelphia net, and Crossman is there, works out to the right side, and will come to center ice and onto the stick of Prop. Prop is tripped up, taken off the skates by Gregg, and the Flyers right now are just hanging on and letting the offense of the Oilers pour into the zone, and have not been able to give Hextall a breather. There's a steal. There's Gretzky shot from the left slot. That's partially deflected as Gretzky ran into Tikkanen, and Crossman will swing wide to one side, up through the far wing, gets it onto a stick, but no play by the Flyers, and it's jabbed back to the Oiler defense. Gregg to center ice, knocked down but lost by Howe, and nobody back in the Flyers defensive right corner except McCrimmon. Now Gretzky goes after him as the puck comes to the near side off a skate. Tikkanen keeps it in, tries to get it to Gretzky, and the Flyers are able to wheel it to center as the puck swept away by Kevin Lowe from Mellanby, and then as they try to drop back to Howe, it's off the stick of Howe at center ice, and Gretzky has it. It's unbelievable. It seems that the Flyers get it, throw it to center, and the Oilers come right back in, although Philadelphia's defended well. 9 minutes remaining, scoreless second period, tied at 1. Shots are 24-16. There's a giveaway at center, and Carson looks. Rink-wide pass. He had to wait for a man to come out of the zone. Now he gets it, tries to drive it in, but it hits low, stays back at center, rolled through to the far side, and Poulin can't take much of it. And here comes Gretzky at the Flyer line from Tikkanen and Curry. As the Flyers roll it in, they want a line change. And Marsh is out along with Samuelson. Here comes Gretzky up the middle. He's got Curry with him on a 2-on-2. They try to swing past Samuelson, put it across in front of the Flyer net, but Derek Smith covers the slot, picks it off, turns and sends it behind Sinisalo, down deep in the Oilers zone. Fuhrer pokes it away from the on-charging Flyer. Good check behind the net by Zezel. It's sprung free to the point. There's Samuelson keeping it in. Knocked down right wing corner by Derek Smith. Shovels it in front. Sinisalo got a piece of it, directed it in on net, and sure with another marvelous glove save with the right hand.
Big Shell Samuelson, who has really played so well against the Oilers, keeping the puck in, and then Derek Smith. The play happens, though, and it's a great play. Sinisalo deflects it, and the quick hands of Grant Fuhr is so evident in that play. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. What a great third baseman he to me. But he has such great hands. And it almost looked like Sinisalo had the Flyers' lead goal again.
Philadelphia has Marsh and Samuelson at the point, and up front Sinisalo with Derek Smith and Zezel. The Oilers getting Krushelnyski out for a rare turn with Messier and Anderson. Defensively, they have Huddy with Paul Lowe, or with Paul Coffey.
Sorry, Jim, I just can't believe the amount of debris that these fans are throwing on the ice. It's incredible.
Puck in the circle. Flyers can't get a shot. Boy, Messier just wrestles Zezel down, and the puck taken off by Huddy, and outlets through at center ice. Krushelnyski, and here comes Anderson against Marsh one-on-one. Drops to Messier. He's got Anderson in front, but the pass is up about elbow high, and Hextall is able to deflect it away. But those two are really working a dandy unit tonight. Messier penetrates and dragged down by Marsh, and that's going to be a penalty.
Well, Edmonton will have their third power play. Brad Marsh picks up a holding call at 12:15 as he tried to slow down that big power forward for Edmonton, Mark Messier. He did slow him down, but he held him to do so. It occurred right at the blue line. Peter Zezel took a great hit on Charlie Huddy, but that popped the puck free. And then the big train Messier was trying to go by Marsh. He grabbed a hold of him, pulled him down to the ice, and the holding occurred. It's a 12:15 time on the penalty, and Edmonton's third power.
Marsh 16 minutes on the playoff year. The Flyers win the draw. Pulling back to McCrimmon, who ices it. Pulling on with Prop, and Howe with McCrimmon. penalties, 3 out of the 5. The Philadelphia Oilers 0 for 2 on the night, 3 for 23 against Philadelphia as Messier up the ice, looks on the left side, had Anderson into the corner, has to pick it up, looks to center, and feeds instead to Smith, and back to the left point, where it's gathered in by Huddy, off the law, Huffy's in, and easy shot, and Hextall grabbed, and Hookie might drop it, and Anderson was right there. With a stop at 7:20 remain in the second period, tied at 1. Kent Nielsen, who was goalless and pointless in 6 games in this series, had 5 shots in the opening period and a couple of 10-bellers, and still can't find the solution.
You know, he's had the great chances too, Gene, and Hextall's just stoned him, and when he has missed it, Nielsen has pounced it off the goalpost.
Messier, Anderson along with Nielsen, and Coffey back with Kevin Lowe, or with Huddy. Fires the draw, stolen away by Messier, who's been a force. Tries to go toward the net, blocked off. Anderson in that offensive left corner is chased by Samuelson, is on with Sutter, Poulin. They go behind the net, they look for a man in front. There's Coffey, shot wide, and he just released that, just a little snip. Now Huddy to the right circle and gets it back at the point, just barely in. Poulin going to try to pick him up. They go to Nielsen. He has Coffey going into the far side. Back to Huddy, looks, screen shot, save, and Hextall covers this. He got down mushroom farming and saw it coming through the legs and allowed no rebound.
That's a difficult play for a tall goaltender such as Hextall. He's 6'3", and the best way to look for the puck is to try to get down low and look between the legs. And of course, when you're that tall, the tendency is to look high. Now Hextall gets down nice and low to look for it. He sees it, and he's able to cover it up. But he's 6'3". There's a long way he has to get down and get down low, and he did that well. And the one thing that occurred in his favor was the screen was set out a little high in that slot area around the hash marks. Had that screen been a little lower, closer to Hextall, it might have been a more difficult save to make.
You notice how it finished with Anderson in front, Messier on one side, and Nielsen on the other looking for rebound. Now they have Gretzky at the left point with Coffey, and up front, Huddy will stand right in front of Hextall with Messier and Anderson. Flyers have 1:06 to kill on the penalty. They have Poulin out with Ron Sutter and Samuelson with Crossman. Face off, and Samuelson puts it on Hextall, wound around to the near side, picked off and lost, and then Poulin can't find the handle as Huddy takes out Crossman in the near corner, and then we get a stop, a whistle, and we get a high stick violation by Ron Finn. Alertly called, in the neutral zone face-off will ensue.
Crossman, as so many people were talking up here, Gene, right? The first period, he had 2 shots on goal, but in his third, he didn't get away. But he had the golden opportunities to have the hat trick already. And of course, that's what you see in Stanley Cup Finals, and especially 7 games. You're going to see those great plays by the offense, but you're also going to see equally fine plays by the defense and the goaltenders.
56 seconds remaining on the Marsh penalty. Crossman on with Samuelson, and now the Flyers go Craven with Ron Sutter. Anderson left wing, Gretzky now on the right side with Messier will take the draw, and at the point they go Huddy and Coffey. There's a jam in the Flyers' defensive left corner. 3 Oilers in there, 2 Flyers, and Gretzky comes out with a puck to Coffey. The left side, there's Coffey, back to Coffey. He's going to hit a 40-footer, back in the far side, in front, Messier whacks at it. They scramble, they poke at it. The Flyers to Coffey, he shoots wide. Rebound, popped off to the far side. And there is Anderson. He's got Gretzky breaking in. There's a play, and Hextall breaks it up with the stick. The Flyers can't find the handle, and then shooting wide on the short side is Gretzky. Back to the point, 24 seconds on the power play to Coffey. Coffey to Gretzky, hash marks, right board. Now he's got a man sneaking in. Pass stolen away by Philadelphia's Ron Sutter. And Sutter will come one-on-one against Coffey over the line and generates a shot high off the right elbow, Fuhr. Then he keeps it in the corner with 7 seconds left on the penalty to Marsh. The puck comes out of that corner to Craven. Craven attempted to center, couldn't, and gets it to the side of the net. There's Sutter behind the net, jammed up by Huddy. The penalty is over. Marsh is out, and the Flyers do a beautiful job. Allow the Oilers just 1 shot. And with 5:42 remaining in a scoreless second period, the screws and the tension become immeasurably tighter.
You have to take a look at the goaltenders, and they're the players that probably feel it the most. And Ron Sutter, who has just done an outstanding job on the face-offs, and what help he has provided for Philadelphia, not just on the ice, but in the dressing room, coming back after that bad black. He took the shot, instead of just turning away, he made sure that he got down there to get the puck. And he took that punishing hit from Glenn Anderson, but he made sure that he still controlled the puck. And of course, the little taps, the little jabs, and that's what you'll find both teams doing. But boy, you're seeing some outstanding hockey.
Eklund the draw, fighting for it behind the Oiler net is Tocchet, but the Oilers wheel it up on the near side and send it out to center ice where Howe gathers it in. Challenge, through on the near side, and it's rolled nicely into the zone for Tocchet. Double chain, up the middle to Eklund, over the line, right circle shot, and that was boomed in on the net by McCrimmon sneaking in, and sure got that high off the body. Flyers then rolled it into the slot. Craven is taken down, and up ice come the Oilers. There goes McSorley up the middle, over the line. Steve Smith into the left wing corner, but way offside was Dave Hunter.
1-1 the score, 5:13 remaining in the second period here in Edmonton. Bobby Taylor and Gene Hart. And what a game.
Tikkanen on with Curry and Gretzky, Bobby. They've not been together all night. As Glenn Sather's looking for some help for Gretzky and Curry on the outside defensively. The face-off at center ice, lifted into the Flyer zone by the Oilers. There's Crossman away from Tikkanen, and they get boxed up in the corner. Out of that corner, centering pass to Curry. Scores from the left circle, and a giveaway. Philadelphia and the Oilers take the lead.
And he just threaded the needle as Crossman tried to get away from Tikkanen. He did an excellent job of getting that puck. And then just a quick pass, and that shot couldn't be any more perfect as he just caught the inside of the goalpost. Curry just quick wrist shot, just got the inside, and the Oilers take the lead for the first time tonight. Gary Curry's 50, Gretzky and Tikkanen will pick up the assist.
That appeared to be an innocent play, but forechecking pressure, you steal away, and the league's top scorer in the playoffs with 15 gives the Oilers the lead. It comes at 14:59. There's a play into the slot. McCrimmon with a one-timer, and it rolls off Fuhrer's shoulder as it bounced from behind the board. Flyers go back to the point, lifted high over the net. Fuhrer jumps and grabs like a first baseman with a high toss toward the net, and gets a stoppage of play.
Roughing is the call by referee Andy Van Hellemond.
15:27. Coincidental minors, they'll play at full strength on ice. And up ice come the Oilers. Flying through is Anderson from Krushelnyski. Turns along the hash marks. Right up the middle, man in. Messier! And he shot wide as he was in alone. And maybe a curve on a stick, but he didn't get much of the backhander. He could name his tune on that one. Big check on Mooney. But it's lost, and the shot on the net. Deflected behind. Marsh can't find the handle. The Flyers can't get it out of the slot. Then it's Messier shooting right through to the far side, goal line to goal line, as he had no angle but thought he might thread it through, and then Messier knocks down Craven, and Messier's going to go off. That should be boarding, and I don't know what Messier complaining there.
I think that they have calmed it down, but they were going for the puck. Craven didn't see it. Messier came in and just really cranked him, and I think it's cross-checking or boarding, either one. Now, boarding is if you hit a player 3 feet from the boards and knock him hard enough into the boards, that's considered boarding. Of course, cross-checking is when you use that stick to hit the player, and both times it occurred, Messier will pick up the penalty. We'll have to see how Andy Van Hellemond calls it, but nonetheless, Philadelphia will have the power play now, their third, as Messier picks up the penalty at 16:02 here in the second period.
Mellenby, 46 minutes on the air, and his penalty. Smith,
yeah, boy,
45.
Messier had an opportunity, Gene, and Hextall had a beat. He had no place to go with it. The puck did roll off the toe of his blade of his stick, but Hextall was right there and had him beat if possible. I think cross-checking's the call on Messier, so that will be the Flyers' third power play. And Sather, who has been quite quiet throughout these finals until Game 6 in Philadelphia when he really got upset with the officiating.
Flyers have been outshot in the game 28-18, and in this period 11-6. And now with that gift, they have to score a goal Or pretty much so. They're 1 for 2 on the advantage, both coming in the first 2 minutes of the game on back-to-back penalties. The goal coming on a 2-man advantage. Howe penetrates, gets into the left corner, tries to go cross ice. Muni stops him by putting his stick under his body. Then McTavish takes it away. Eklund pops it up and into the seats, and a deflection. Ron Finn, the linesman, said offensive left circle faceoff. Doesn't say it, but points to that circle. Got to get another one here now. As it goes, Sinisalo had the best chance for the Flyers in the second period, all alone in front of Fuhrer, about 10 feet for a one-timer. As Gretzky looks to outlet and finds McTavish at center. Checked by Howe, rolls the puck free to the Flyer line where Eklund gets it, turns and looks up ice. Gretzky will pick him up and misses him on that left side. Penetrates, drops to Prop, a shot, didn't get it all. The Flyers desperately try to keep it in, and no, said Ron Finn on the effort near side. And Mark Howe looking at him, but that's all there'll be to that. With a minute 20 remaining on the penalty to Messier. 16 minutes on the playoffs. His second penalty night. By the way, Bobby, the penalties are even at 4.
It's so close. It's such a quick play and a close play. You liken it to that close play at first base. But the linesman got down there, and Ron Finn made the call, and the Flyers, of course, just desperately trying to keep it in there. 1:20 remaining on the power play for Philadelphia. The guy that has been playing so well with the man advantage for Philadelphia has been Crossman. And then on the other side, the defensive effort coming from the Oilers has been from Craig McTavish. He's a player, Gene, that the Flyers tried to get. He was a free agent, formerly played with the Boston Bruins. But he wanted to get out of the East. He wanted to come out and play in the West, and consequently ended up signing with the Edmonton Oilers.
He gets the draw from Eklund and just pushes it up ice, and it'll slide slowly into the Flyer zone. Crossman and Howe, Eklund with Prop, and Sinisalo. Sinisalo misses it at center ice. The Oilers take it off, put it back to Howe. He tries to kick it through Nielsen. Nielsen takes it, tries to come the other way. Prop takes it and then misses the opportunity to go into the zone and has a pass that the Oilers take off. It's deflected by Philadelphia out of the rink, and so the faceoff will come to the neutral zone. Less than 3 minutes remaining in the second period. The goal by Curry from Tikkanen and Gretzky at 14:59. The difference, 2-1 Edmonton.
One thing that Edmonton has done on the power plays, or pardon me, shorthanded situations, has been pressuring the puck carrier and trying to force that original pass to be a bad one or even intercept it. If the Flyers can make that first pass quickly, they can catch 2 players up and off and create some 3-on-2 situations for themselves. But that first pass must be made, and must be made quickly.
1 minute left in the power play. Again, the Oilers win the draw. Mooney slaps it up, knocked down at the Flyer line and controlled by Crossman. Crossman turns away from McTavish, dumps it back to Howe, and the Flyers gave a zone. Now Howe turns up, right sides it to Crossman, will bring it into the neutral zone, hits Craven at the Oiler line, off the stick, the Oilers take it away and clear, but not out. Big play keeping it into Prop, rolls it offensive left corner. Lowe is there to skate out with it, drive it to Howe, knocks it down in the zone, and then he's pressured right at the blue line, and Edmonton is able to get it to center ice with a half-minute left on the power play. Flyers haven't got it set up for a shot yet. Nooney takes it away from the forechecking of Craven, and there's McTavish, who's had a big chip to take it and slide it down the ice. Flyers who had 12 shots in the first period have only had 6 here with 15 seconds on the power play. Now maneuvering through to Sinisalo. He's in on the left side. Shot wide of the net. Slips past Zezel and the Oilers 2-on-1. Gretzky with Curry. Gretzky's in. Shot and wide by Curry.
What a play by Samuelson.
He forced the pass late, and Curry had no place to go, but that looked like a disaster. Puck at center ice. It came just at the conclusion of the Flyer power play, and that would have been a devastating score had the Oilers been able to notch that one, and the 2 best were coming at him. Now Messier's going to turn on Samuelson, drops to Gretzky with a shot, and Hextall not only gloved, dropped off the left pad, but controlled the rebound superbly. 1:37 remaining in the second period, 2-1 for the Oilers. Bobby, we're going to mention, we've been asked to tell everyone when the Flyers return in the morning, they will arrive at the satellite area, Highland Avenue, across from the Strawbridge Warehouse.
What a great 2-on-1 situation as Gretzky was trying desperately to set up Curry. Samuelson played it perfect. He just stayed in the middle, and the closer you get in the offensive zone to the goaltender, that's when that defenseman has to start looking for the pass and anticipating the pass. Let the goaltender take the shooter. Samuelson did that and did it perfectly.
Messier, Anderson, and Nielsen for the Oilers with Coffey and Huddy. The Flyers have Marsh and Samuelson on with Ron Sutter, Sinisalo, and Craven on the far side. I think that Carson, I said it was Craven. Oilers through at the Flyer line. There's Nielsen in. He's going to go to shoot. Loses the puck as Marsh just got him at the last second. And the Flyers now have to be careful. They can't afford to fall back by 2. Into the zone, right side. Ron Sutter looks, tries to move past Coffey, controls the puck in the zone, goes back to Samuelson. He cannot. The puck is taken and slid down at the Flyer attack line and taken off by Anderson. And here they come through along the right side. Huddy. Oh, all alone. Anderson with a shot. Next on with a save. Samuelson takes it in his glove and then dropped it about 4 seconds later in the corner. Got a break there as Ron Sutter off to the left. Scoots out of 2 checks out of Anderson and Nielsen. Then gets it through to Marsh over the line with 44 seconds. Up the middle, no play by Carson. Deflects it into the right wing corner. Centering try, and the Oilers take it off and Kikkonen. Outlets up the middle. Randy Gregg goes the other way. And it's through past Nielsen at the Flyer line. Tapped out by McCrimmon. And then Howe throws a good check against Randy Gregg, but the Oilers dump it in. 25 seconds remaining in the period. 2-1. Outlet up the middle, misses everybody. That'll be an icing if Lowe gets there first, and he does. And with 18 seconds left in the period, the Oilers leading 2-1 will get an offensive circle face-off.
This has been an outstanding game. Then just that quick shot by Curry, but that's one thing you're going to see Edmonton be careful about. They've had leads before, many times before. They know that they just cannot afford to relax against this hockey club. But then the big chance for Kent Nielsen, and I think he was worried about Brad Marsh coming, and he just couldn't get the handle on the puck. He made the one move, and it rolled on him. And Marsh got back very quickly. As he tried to go back to the forehand, he just couldn't do it, as Marsh really did a nice job of taking the stick away and then finishing his check.
McTavish, McSorley, and Hunter back to the point. Muni looks, no shot, and then puts it behind Hextall, rolls out to the front, field up on the near side. The Oilers try to keep it in. It's kicked out to the blue line. They do keep it in, and finally lost and sent by Philadelphia to center. 5 seconds left in the period. Hunter into the zone, and that's where the play will come to an end. The only goal in the second period, Jari Kurri at 14:59 is 15th from Tikkanen and Gretzky. In the second period, 5 penalties, 3 to Philadelphia. They're even at 4 for the game. The shots, Edmonton 13 a game, total of 31. The Flyers with 6 a game, total of 18. Ben Helleman, the referee. John D'Amico in his last NHL linesman chore after 24 years in the league, and Ron Finn. Hextall to the far left and directly blows to the right. Grand Fuhrer 2-1 as we start. Messier with Anderson and Nielsen, and the Flyers go with Zezel, Tocchet, and Sinisalo, and Marsh back with Sammy Samuelson. There's almost a muff pass by Nielsen, but gets it around to Anderson, and away too far from Messier at center ice. Gathered in at the Flyer line. Marsh right sides it to Samuelson, and into the Oilers zone. The Flyers try to work it on the right side, but Sinisalo has it stripped, and then it's wound around to the right side to Messier by Nielsen. Going in deep was Philadelphia. There's a steal in front. Zezel a shot. That was blocked off to Marsh. Marsh tied up, and they get it up too far for Nielsen at center ice. A careless giveaway, and the Flyers had a chance, and then as Sinisalo comes to center. Oh, there's an elbow into the top of Zezel's head. There's the puck taken away by the Oilers. Puck back into the Philadelphia zone. Marsh, chased by McTavish, just lifts it off the left boards deep into the Oilers zone. Back there on the defense now, they have Huddy with Coffey, and the line of McTavish with McSorley and Dave Hunter. Puck lifted into the Oilers zone, and Bobby and I commented that Kevin McClellan has not seen a shift tonight as his job has been taken by Dave Hunter. Puck cleared around to the near side. Eklund with a nice check on Coffey. There's Hunter to bring it up and just drag it into center ice. Poked away by McCrimmon. Eklund tries to send it into the zone for prop off the Flyer offensive left side. Huddy's there. McSorley and up through to McTavish. One-on-one with McCrimmon. In. Backhand pass. Hit the outside of the net to the left. Then there's another shot through as they try to get Hextall scrambling back into position and bounce it off him, but the Flyers covered, and they shoot it up with a minute and a half gone for a period. And Ruotsalainen brings it up the middle of the ice, coming through at the Flyer line, left winging to Tikkanen. He's there. Bullet shot. Hextall to save. And the Flyers, Lindsey Carson, quick outlet to Bellenby on the near side. Gets inside Tikkanen and Curry, but the puck taken away, and here's Gretzky. He's in. Left circle, and beautifully beaten by Philadelphia's Hextall. As the Oilers are not protecting a lead as they did in the past, they're coming out and taking the game offensively. offensively to Philadelphia, because that's the thing they do best. Up into the neutral zone. Flyers have Lindsey Carson angling to the left, trying to get past Mooney, cannot, and then rolls the puck into the Edmonton zone. Laboring in after it is Ron Sutter, kicks off the corner, and Fuhrer, way out to the right, is able to dive on the puck before Scott Mellenger gets a beat.
So often when you found in Stanley Cup play, the player who is supposed to be the defensive specialist turns into a real threat offensively, and that's what McTavish has done. Is his shot, his backhand just failed to find the goal behind Hextall.
Oilers bring it up the middle. Messier swings to his left in the zone and pumps it behind Hextall. Sets it up, wheels it past Anderson off the far side, and it kicks away from Poulin and sent by the Flyers. Craven to center ice. The Oilers take it. Flyers steal, but offside was Poulin, and we get a stoppage of play. 2:41 going into the third period again. We've been asked to tell you that the Flyers will arrive in the AM at the satellite area of Island Avenue across from the Strawbridge Warehouse in Philadelphia, and you've all been asked if there's to be a celebration, have lots of fun, but keep it dignified and don't cause embarrassment.
It's incredible. You take a look at this hockey club, the Flyers, with all the people that have been out there with freezing in their body. Dave Poulin, Murray Craven, Peter Zezel with the hip pointer, and you go on and on down the list, and it is such a gritty and gutty performance.
Oilers win it. Ruotsalainen up, slides it into the offensive corner. Hextall is way out, away from Anderson. Wheels it up on the far side. It skips off a ledge and past Derek Smith to center. Smith on with Zezel and Mellenby and Samuelson with Marsh. And the Oilers have Anderson, Nielsen, along with Messier, and play through into Gregg from the point. He's in. Angle shot. Hextall gets in the body and falls on it. Ruotsalainen was the name we couldn't get out, leading the drive into the zone initially.
Well, the one thing they've done is they've just kept Edmonton off to the side now, and they're getting the shots, but the total excellent chances have been cut down somewhat now. But again, what they've been doing quite well, Gene, is that they've been delaying in that zone that one extra stride, and that has backed the Flyers off, and that allows them to set up the play. Nielsen, who has had great chances and has been a real force for Edmonton offensively, set up Craig. Now, you just wait and wait and wait, but then when you wait that long, though, you're off to the side, you're at a very impossible angle, and only the complete foul-up by the goaltender will you allow it to be scored, or will you allow to score.
Messier wins it back to Gregg, to a screen. Oh, it hit the post again, past goaltender Hextall, in front of Nielsen's skate. Flyers battling. That bullet shot by Gregg, the far post to the left of Hextall, and Karen behind him to the near side for the second time at that end. The Flyers thank Mr. Post. Messier in the first period hit it. Oilers throw out of their zone and down the ice. Flyers, who averaged 33 shots a game through the first 5 against Edmonton, only had 23 in their win on Thursday, and only have 18 tonight. As the Oilers in their zone try to wheel it out, it curls up over the glass, and the Flyers should get an offensive circle face-off, but they mustered only 6 shots since the first period.
Boy, again, the goalposts, they come to the rescue, but we've talked about that, and you'll ask goalies, sometimes they'll say, I'd rather be lucky than good, but if you have both going for you, which Hextall has, it's almost an unbeatable combination. With the Hextall, the Flyers coming around quickly, they looked like they had the control of the play, and then that quick outlet pass, and it was stopped, and the eventual shot right off the goalpost as Sutter and Messier were screening Hextall. And it came from Randy Gregg, who just tried to get it by that on-rushing forechecker, and he did it very well.
We said the face-off would be offensive. It came out as they claimed a Flyer deflection, the linesman, and reiterating the play, and then the Flyers got it out and put it back in, and then the Oilers shoot it up ice. Dave Hunter going after McCrimmon, who gives it away at the point to Coffey toward the net. They try to get an angle deflection from Dave Hunter, and the Flyers take it, try to clear it out, but McSorley knocks it down at center ice, covers it, turns to his right to left, and a turn right past McCrimmon. He's going to go right on in the net, and just as he went through to the forehander with Hextall out of position, he was bumped, and now all of a sudden the Oilers keep swinging in on Philadelphia, and the Flyers look winded. Now goes McTavish again, falls and shovels it through the crease, down back to the near side. The Oilers take it, and we get a stoppage of play as Hextall was fallen on by somebody, and he finally blew his cork. McTavish.
He was trying to get up, but McTavish was holding on to him and not allowing him to get up. That's what the problem was, is the puck went over there. And he kept pushing at the Oiler player, but the Oiler player kept hanging on to him, and he couldn't get up. And that's why you see now the wrestling match in there. trying to untangle the two players now. McTavish went sliding in there, and before Hextall was knocked down, of course, he has to keep the concentration on it. Now Hextall's trying to get up, and he's trying to get up. McTavish wraps his arms around him, not allowing him to get up. And that's what created everything and caused the furor.
That's your house. You protect it.
Yeah, but he was just trying to get up, but when the other player grabbed a hold of him, that's it. Then you start punching at each other. They're giving the call of the penalties now.
The Oilers number 33, Marty McSorley.
So they're
all 2 minutes each for roughing.
McSorley and Talkin will pick up roughing minors.
31 seconds.
And I think that's the same call that Hextall and McTavish pick up as well. So all four players will pick up roughing minors, coming at 4:31 here in this third period. 2-1 the score, Edmonton in the lead.
Penalties in the game are now even at 6. McSorley 65 minutes on the playoff year. McTavish 16. Hextall now with 43 and Talkin with 72. Buck Gilden with Flyers zone. There's a lost play. Tikkanen takes it off. Comes back to Gretzky, offensive left side. Flyers look tired as it's put in the corner and then fed away from Curry to the blue line. Big check thrown on the chase-up ice by Philadelphia's Mellanby, who then pulls down low, who had a hold of him at center ice. Hextall then looks off to Howe, and Howe slugs it into the neutral zone. Deep into the Oilers zone. Mellanby with the stick held from behind. Gets there, and then John D'Amico is pointing, and I think he's tolling offside Philadelphia. 5:02 gone into the period. 2-1 Oilers. The lead goal, Curry, at 14:59 of the second period.
I think that's exactly what the call will be, Gene. And I think you'll see now that both linesmen and referees be very careful and very quick to blow the whistle and get down within their stoppage of play so nothing can erupt. Scott Mellanby has really come into his own as a player in these playoffs. He's picked up some big goals for Philadelphia. He's matured. He is so strong and tough along the boards and handling the puck. He's just 21 years of age. That's the greatest part of it. His whole career's in front of him.
Messier wins the draw. Gregg into the offensive right corner. Now tries to cut out in front past Marsh, who beats him and then sends it up to Prop. And the Flyers out to center ice. Sinicello through to Prop, one-on-one against Messier. And Messier, the stronger, ties him up, and then Prop follows it up behind the Oiler net. Messier won't allow the pursuit, and the Oilers get it to Nielsen and away on the right wing. Messier to center ice against Samuelson and Marsh, and now Anderson joins them. Down that right side, Nielsen for the net. Anderson right there, a half stride away. Picks it out, goes back into the corner. Messier tries to lift it out. He's screened off by Samuelson, and in front, Anderson with a bullet. And that deflected off the seats far side and up higher, and it may have been deflected by Marsh because Hextall obviously didn't see where it went.
I think Marsh did get his stick up there and deflect it high up, but Prop, who has had the great playoff as well, and you start to look for players now, especially when you're down by one, to see who's going to pull the trigger to put your team even. And the line that has been doing it all playoff long for Philadelphia has been Prop along with Eklund and Tocchet. And you can bet that every time that they're out there in this final 14-21 that Glenn Sather will try to counter with the McTavish unit. McTavish, McSorley, and Hunter.
Flyers have had but 6 shots since the start of the second period. That now encompasses 25 minutes and 40 seconds. So Philadelphia down by a goal. See Tikkanen, Curry, and Gretzky on with Coffey and Huddy. The Flyers with Crossman and Marsh. And Craven wins the draw to Mellanby. Zezel out there as well. The outlet near side, and Crossman, who had 2 tremendous opportunities in the first period, and then Sinicello in the second, and that's been the Flyers' sum total of offense after the 2-man advantage goal by Craven in the game's first 2 minutes. Now Zezel fights to the near side, bumps the defenseman, but the Oilers get it up to Tikkanen. Gretzky, the trailer, he's over the line, shot, hit the outside of the net to the right of Hextall. The outside, not the post. And Zezel retrieves, sends it up on the left side to Mellanby. Goes left side to Marsh, and the Flyers see that offense dissipate again as they've had very little, if anything, in on goal. There's a break, and Gretzky touched it at center ice, and he knows now if he touches it, he'll be offside, and does, and we get the stoppage of play. With 6:29 gone into the third period, 2-1 Edmonton, and offense has to be the answer for Philadelphia right now.
It is, Gene, and they have to get going here. They have to start getting some shots on goal. And one thing you do in these close-fought games is you kind of sit back a bit and just don't really get anything real strong going offensively. The shot by Deacon, which really brought everybody to its feet hit that outside of the net. Deacon just failed to give the Oilers a 2-goal cushion, which I'm sure they wouldn't want. They haven't been able to protect 2-goal leads throughout this playoff.
The Oilers are not content, as they have been in those Flyer comebacks, to dump out and play defense. They take the attack to Philadelphia. They've outshot them in this period. 5-0, 34-18 for the game. Make that 3-0 after 6.5 minutes. Messier, Anderson, and Nielsen, the best line for the Oilers tonight, along with Muni and Lowe, and the Flyers, McCrimmon and Howe, and up front they've got Sinisalo along with Carson and Sinisalo. Sinisalo with an angle shot from the right side on a little opportunity bounce off Nielsen's stick up into the end seats. Offensive right side, Philadelphia. And with that, out of the box comes the Oilers, McSorley and McTavish, and Philadelphia's Tocchet, and serving that penalty for Hextall, Tully Eklund. McCrimmon from the feed, shot on, and Fuhrer the save. First one of the period. It came after 6:45 of play as Anderson is sent away at center. Howe takes it away to McCrimmon. McCrimmon to Sinisalo, gets a return in his own right circle. Chased in deep by Nielsen, and then up ice comes Zezel at center. He's bumped off by Anderson. Zezel, of course, with that hip pointer. It's very painful. Around to the far side, the Oilers. Anderson, nice quick pass up to Coffey over the line from Messier's shot, and the rebound off the stick of Hextall, and up ice from the Flyers as we had a knockdown at center on the far side of Zezel's prop shot, smothered in on Fuhrer by the block of Charlie Huddy, and then into the near corner. Tocchet can't make the play. In front comes Eklund, around behind the net, in front, nobody reading the play quickly enough, and they didn't take that center slot, and Nielsen was able to take it away to Messier on the left side at center ice. Slowly at the Flyer line, and then just drops it in as the Oilers now bring out McTavish, Hunter, and McSorley, as Philadelphia has Daniel out there being forechecked. Now comes around to the near side, carries a pass off the side of the net to Tocchet, kept in by Smith at the point, and Steve behind Hextall, who winds it up on the far side, and it rolls to center ice. Poulin can't make a play as he's on there, and the puck bounces off Tocchet into the Philadelphia zone. 11:55 remaining in the third period. Flyers back by a goal. Tocchet is able to stop it, get it up to center, but no control for Philadelphia. And the Oilers send it back the other way, and now we're at cat and mouse stage. Flyers up on the left wing. Poulin tried to direct it through for Sinisalo. Goes over the goal line in the Oilers zone. Picked up, sent out on the near side, but not out. Then Samuelson is shot. Taken behind the net by Philadelphia. Nobody in front. Screen for Poulin. Looks, goes cross ice trying to find Mark, but McFarley was right there to pick it off of Poulin, obviously in pain. There's a breakthrough, looking for Lowe. Puck slides in on Hextall, and as Lowe jumps over him to prevent contact, Hextall sits on the puck.
11:21, the time remaining in the third period. 2-1 the score with Edmonton in the lead.
Got a lot of equipment here tonight, my friend.
It certainly is. What, 25 cameras, 23 instant replay machines?
And 6 different broadcasts, 2 of them foreign language. Puck taken by the Flyers and sent to center, and driven back in offside by Ruotsalainen.
You know who's been the best player out there outside of McTavish has been his line mate, Marty McSorley.
He's jumping on the Flyers. And
he's been all outstanding. Of course, when you have the snipers, Curry right now has the lead goal, his 15th of the playoffs. But the players that have really helped him and have played so well has been McSorley and McTavish. Great day for the Irish.
After the early jump in the game, at one point, I think at the halfway point of the first period, the shots were 10-8. And Flyers have been held pretty well under control. A couple of pops here and there. The break by Sinisalo. Early 2 shots back-to-back by Crossman, but they've not been able to solve Fuhrer, except for that 2-man advantage goal by Craven at 1:41 of the first period. Messier tied it at 7:45, and the only goal since. The leader at 14:59 of the second period. Jari Kurri's 15th. He leads all playoff goal getters. Howe is trying to lead through on the right side to Eklund. Into the corner, stops. The Oilers fill up the slot. McCrimmon busted through, couldn't get a shot. Picked up the puck, sent it through the goal mouth, and McTavish fell over Fuhrer. And the Flyers had no chance to get a shot there, and the Oilers sent it to center ice.
That matchup is happening now, Gene. They had Gretzky's line out there until Sather saw Ekman with Croft and Tocchet, and they made the quick change to McTavish and McSorley and Hunter.
Now McTavish picks up Eklund, who pivots at center ice, looking for an opening. Through on the near side to Howe, penetrates the zone, goes up the middle, has his man there, a backhand shot, and Fuhr covered that, but that was not a high percentage chance. Now in the near corner, there's a bump. Tocchet comes out of that corner, fights past McTavish, straight away to Eklund, shot on Fuhr, that went wide to the short side, as Ruotsalainen on the far side, knocked down Philadelphia. Now Howe in front, couldn't get the shot, and the Oilers break out 2-on-1. McCrimmon back, McSorley over the line with McTavish. He's there, pass blocked by McCrimmon. McSorley out of that corner. He's got Coffey going up the middle, but the Flyers covered there, and Propp has it in his zone, challenged by Nielsen and lifts it in the air to the Edmonton line. Flyers Coffey now comes back into the Philadelphia zone, swings past Howe, in front, around, Stuffer, and Hextall did the splits to keep it away, but the shot and the dump around was blocked by McCrimmon. The Flyers iced it, but the officials waved it off. Time is running down on the season, 9:50 remaining in regulation, and it is 2-1 Oilers. They shoot it up ice, and they've shown no proclivity so far tonight to yield to Philadelphia, as they've held the Flyers to 7 shots since the first period. There's a stop at center. The Flyers Samuelsson drives it in. Poulain along with Craven and Sinisalo, and Samuelsson. Now it's wound around to the near side. Nielsen can't get past Sinisalo, and then Samuelsson keeps it in, but the Flyers have no drive behind the net. Huddy works it. Poulin steals it, and finally it goes out to Messier. He's got Nielsen ahead of the pack, but right there was Samuelsson to reach out, pick off the pass at the Flyer line, turn back the other way, lift it in to the right of Fuhr. He blocks off as we're down to the final 9 minutes to play in regulation. The Oilers up at center, no play there, and it's taken away by Derek Smith. Tikkanen on with Curry, who has the lead goal, and joined on the near side by Gretzky. Puck in the Oilers zone, around to the blue line. Daigneault keeps it in. Shot toward the net, right on. And Fuhr was a little excited as he saw Derek Smith get his stick out in front, and then Greg punches Ron Sutter, and Philadelphia likes no part of that.
8:46 remains in the third period. 2-1. Edmonton clinging to that lead.
Well, we wanted to see a dandy in this final, and we have, my friend.
You sure have.
Sutter, Derek Smith, and Mellanby, along with McCrimmon and Howe, on the Oilers counter with Gretzky, Messier, and Curry, along with Randy Gregg and Steve Smith. Messier, the puck behind the net. Sutter tries to follow. Steve Smith wraps it around, and it hits the ledge. And scoots past Howe, picks it up, retreats to his own line. Oh, and he had a man behind the defense. Sutter coming out late. He'd have been alone, but couldn't handle the pass. Blue line to blue line. Now Messier charges. Gretzky on his left. Going to go up the middle. Right side. In. Curry shot. And Hextall this time came out to the inner arc of his left circle to eat that one up.
They had the big save. Oh, my goodness. And you just move out, and when you know that that big shooter's coming down there, he unwinds and cranks it up, you know that it's going to be coming, and you just hope that you've moved out far enough and that you have all the holes filled, because it's almost impossible to move that quickly if he is able to pick the corner. But prior to that, Gene, Sutter almost had a good chance. Nice pass, but it bounced over his stick. Just bounced over his stick. And Ron Sutter was all alone, one-on-one with Grant Fuhr. And again, so often as we've seen in hockey, and then of course in the playoffs, that one close play at one end results in a dynamite opportunity at the other one.
It has not been a timid Oiler club as they've outshot Philadelphia 37-20. McTavish against Ron Sutter, his 14 counterpart. They jam one another up. Propp is able to bring it to center with no control, and then Tocchet just pokes it past Huddy, but Coffey picks it up at the Oiler line along the right wing. Starts through for Edmonton to McTavish. Wheels in. Right side to Dave Hunter. Round past Tocchet, who put a hook on him. And then it's Witt to the near side. Coffey kicks it in. Hunter into the front. McTavish tried a left circle shot. Skates taken out from under him, and the Flyers now come up the ice. They got to gamble a little bit now. They need one at least to get the game even, but they know before they go home, if they're going to take the cup with them, they got to score twice. Puck in the corner. Huddy around to the near side, and the Flyers have 4 men on the left, and so Coffey comes up unchallenged on the right, brings it past the check of Tocchet. lifts it into the Flyer zone and hits the linesman. And Nielsen tried to roll in and pick it up. It rolled to the Philadelphia Flyers, and they give it away. And Anderson, this is trouble, one-on-one in against Marsh. Round behind the net, comes out in front, looks to stuff it, broken down and taken away and fed past Nielsen, and then Kropp gets it to center. But the Oilers now, they are playing as if they have the 1-goal deficit. As they keep pouring in on Philadelphia, the Flyers just cannot get any offense. 2 shots through 13 minutes of the third period. And the Oilers, meanwhile, have generated 6, but they've carried action. Nielsen low. No shot. Winds it around past Anderson up on the Oiler offensive right corner. Blocked down by Gregg. And then Nielsen out of the corner. Comes out of the corner with Eklund trying to come in front. Point pass and a shot. That came from Gregg, and the Flyers chopped it down, and here they come up the middle. Kropp through into the zone to Sinisalo. Drops and then tries to go in. Sinisalo taken off his skates, and Fuhrer drives it up the other way as Messier was hurt.
He got hit with a shot.
Yeah, and he's coming off in a lot of pain, holding up that left leg, and I don't know what they're booing for. His own man hit him. Now Poulin lifts it into the zone with 6.5 minutes remaining in a marvelous game, but the Flyers are back by a goal, and then the Oilers shoot it out of the rink. And Philadelphia, offensive right circle, 6.
Mark Messier is getting worked on at the Oiler bench, and why they're booing is that they thought the referee should have blown the play dead when a player's down injured, but that's up to the discretion of the referee. If he doesn't think it's serious enough, he lets it go until the team who has the injured player on the ice, so they touch the puck rather, then the play will continue.
Bossman in front, and the Flyers see the Oilers try to come out. Philadelphia tries to keep it in to no avail, and it's bounced to center ice. We have 6 minutes left as Curry over the line. Right circle shot. Save. He tries to get the rebound. It kicks behind the net. Gretzky battles for it. Tries to put it in front. Curry takes it off. Pivots away from Daigneault. Drives it around to the near corner where Hextall sets it up. To Daigneault in the corner. Tries to slide it out. Does not on the far side. It's kept in. There's a play in front. Swept away. And now Coffey from the right point. He's right on the net. Goes around behind to the far side. Comes out of that corner. Looks to play it to Gretzky at the point, and we're going to get a stoppage in front as Crossman is in a bear lock with who? Esa Tikkanen?
I think that's who it is. 5:44 though. We've got a ton of hockey left, and don't count this Flyer team out. They have to reach in their bag one more time.
McTavish, McSorley, and Hunter, Gregg and Lowe. Puck in. Howe. Outlets picked off by Kevin Lowe, kept in, and then slapped out by Philadelphia. And then as both Lowe and Sinisalo poke check it to break it free, it pops into the Philadelphia bench. Dave Brown has not seen an appearance since that first period shift.
He has not used a couple of players out there, Gene. I think that he's been trying to go with 6 defensemen, which has worked so well for Mike Keenan. Glenn Sather is getting the gum in there. He chews gum to ease the pressure. Mike Keenan chews ice cubes to ease the pressure.
Sutter against McTavish, who's played a significant role in the Oilers playoffs. They have it at center ice, holding it in. And again, the number that's there is so bold in the eye, not only the 2-1 score, the fact that the Flyers have only managed 2 shots on goal in the most pivotal period that they have this year, desperately in need of a goal. And that's earning your lead. McTavish's steal goes into the corner, and Ron Sutter breaks it up. And the Flyers are again playing on residuals. 26 games in 53 days. They have 5 minutes left in their season unless they can get a goal. Samuelson ties up his man. Ron Sutter, now McSorley goes in there with Marsh. And finally, Andy Van Helleman calls a stoppage of play. 4:53 left.
This line has been out there constantly for Edmonton. McTavish, McSorley, and Hunter. They've just been phenomenal. And Wayne Gretzky has not had a lot of ice time. And the players are going off to a standing ovation. And they deserve it. McTavish, McSorley, and Hunter. What a job they've done for this club. And I think it's not only important that they're getting a standing ovation for the great job they're doing, but it's also the return of Mark Messier to the ice after taking that shot.
He's out now with Nielsen. They go Huddy and Coffey. Flyers Sutter, Tocchet, and Kropp with Samuelson and Marsh. And Samuelson has been a gem.
Is he ever?
Messier still a little tender in that foot. Did a little gandy dance there. Ron Finn will drop between Sutter and Messier. 4:53 remaining. Third period. As we play the last day of May, the longest season in NHL history. Shot toward Hextall, kicks it to the near side, and the Oilers now have doubled up in shots, 40-20. To the far side, they try to get it up to Anderson, almost got behind Samuelson with the puck. Sammy is able to get it up through, and then Tocchet tried to tap through to Eklund on the near side with Propp. The Oilers covered that off. Now they do get it to Propp. Again, his little shovel pass, as the Flyers are trying to one-time an opening, was broken up, and the Oilers wheel it around behind Hextall. Samuelson in the near corner is bumped off by Messier. The Nielsen of Anderson is shot wide, and the course of the shot kicks out of that right corner to center ice. 4:15 remaining in regulation. The Flyers have not measured Grant Fuhr since the 1:41 mark of the first period with a two-man advantage. Puck into the Flyer zone and taken off as the clock ticks down to the final 4 minutes of regulation. Flyers wheel it out, and here comes Gretzky through. No play as he's on with Krushelnyski, also a seldom used player tonight. Flyers again put it to center, and they just don't seem to have the answer right now against the Oilers, who played a brilliant game tonight, scored there too, and shut down Philadelphia. Not allowed any comeback so far, but the Flyers have been going lately. You never know when it might pop out. Puck in on Hextall, and Gretzky off to his left, tipped it off the outside of the post to his left, and then Hextall covered for the stoppage.
There's no question that Hextall, win or lose, is going to get that Conn Smythe, but oh, just so close. As it bounced off the outside of the leg, the inside of the pad, and then off the goalpost. And just a little redirection, and it just shows you that you don't have to deflect that puck that much. You just have to change the course of direction by maybe 3 inches, and it can really handcuff a goalie.
Now the noses are twitching here. 3:34 away. As for the 4th consecutive year, Bobby, the Stanley Cup will be presented in Alberta. In 84 to the Oilers, in 85 to the Oilers, in 86 to Montreal in Calgary, about 180 miles to the south. Sutter against McTavish, defensive left circle. An extraordinary third period job for the Oilers. 2 Philadelphia shots. And not allowed the Flyers to test Grant Fuhr at all. But time is still there as McCrimmon up on the left side. Down goes Mellanby up the middle, but McCrimmon was screened off as the access was broken up. Now to the near side. There's an Oiler on every Flyer now, as the puck is behind the Oiler goal line, trying to dig it out as Poulin. He's in there with Sutter. Then they wheel it out, but it's taken off and sent by Dave Hunter down the left wing. Racing after it is Hextall against McSorley. Jams it off the board. It pops up in the air. He scoots back into the net about 30 feet. We're down to the final 3 minutes of regulation. 2:53. Flyers put it to center ice, and you can only commend the job so far by the Oilers. They have allowed the Flyers 8 shots over the past 2 periods. Messier going to go right on in. Shoots, and Hextall pulled him and moved him out to the left, and the shot went wide. As Flyers trying to get some offense going and unable to do so as the puck comes to center. Taken away to Anderson from Murray Craven, and Anderson up through with Messier at the Flyer line. Winds up, shot, score! That should do it. Anderson bounced one through Hextall, and it comes at 17:36. And it may be that the longest exodus in the history of professional sports, 26 games, 117 over a season, may fall a bit short. But how can you do anything but love this club? And it was a shame the manner in which Hextall was played. It was not a classic goal. Anderson up the slot, wound up and shot, and it skipped right through the 5-hole, and maybe just wear and tear on Hextall and fatigue. And the Oilers are at the bench celebrating Anderson the goal. And for him, it's his 14th. And the Flyers' chance now is deeply disappearing. 17:36 the time. And we'll not worry about the assist. Huddy did get the assist, thank you. And that takes the drama perhaps out of the final 150 seconds, and the fans who have sat here all night in dire expectation of this tremendously disciplined and gutty Philadelphia club, now are cutting loose as they see the clock tick down to the final 2 minutes before they can wield that Stanley Cup. And they've won it twice here before, and they're looking to celebrate again, and the Flyers, you can only love them. But they obviously have had the effects of the Oilers, the home ice, the odds of winning on the road in a 7th game, and 26 games in 53 days. The body's a little short. Now Eklund went up the middle, dropped the pass off the prop. The Flyers trying to work it in. 1:45 remaining in regulation. And the Oilers, as Gretzky comes to center, swings to his left. Now they're going to go through to Crucial Niski. He looks to shoot, and it's deflected to the left side of Hextall, and the Flyers tap it to center. 1.5 minutes left, and it appears the Flyers season. And the dream, they fall a little short, but my friends, what a magnificent year. Oilers coming out of the corner. They held the Flyers to 8 shots over the last 2 periods, just 2 in the third. They've outshot them 42-20, so it is not in any chance a less than clean cut. Perfectly executed and deserved victory. Gretzky up the middle, rolling it into the corner to Huddy, and when they say 1 minute left in regulation, this place will go crazy. There it is. Rising in one of the thrill moments of all of sports, and it appears not to be the privilege of the Philadelphia Flyers, but enjoy it, my friends, for what it is. A brilliant performance by 2 hockey clubs at the highest order, and the Flyers are not going to take it home this year. 39 seconds remaining in regulation, and we have an offside call, and the faceoff will come to center ice. We will tell you that the Flyers will return, and again note, it's called the Satellite Area on Island Avenue across from the Strawbridge Warehouse. And for those of you who know where the overseas terminal is, if you face the terminal in front, the area about which we speak is down to your left. And it appears there will be no parade. But the parade should be in your heart for this clock. 117 games as they call timeout now. No Tim Kerr, the captain playing with broken ribs. The timeout was called with 39 seconds left. Oilers out shooting Philadelphia 43-20. And in the last period, which was the pivotal one, as Mike Keenan looks on, the Oilers owner Peter Pocklington, Joy, as we will tell you that after 116 broadcasts, following people would like to thank you. The Flyer fans who watched and listened to these broadcasts through the year. It's my pleasure to be your play-by-play commentator, Gene Hart. Our color voices, Bobby Taylor, Steve Coates, and Eddie Van Imp. Our marvelous site producer, Mike Finicchiero. Our directors, Frank DiVincentis and Robert J. Ayers. Our associate director is Aldo Farnese, Mike Dixon, Mark Piazza, and Bud Finicchiero. Our co-coordinating producers, Jamie McVicker, Ray Lombardi, Walt Yost, Bill Jack, and Rick Mattis. Our producer, Mike Rubin, executive producer, Carol Healy. Also, technical director, Scott Sickler, Dave Schwartz. Our audio, John Donahue. Electronic graphics, Carolyn Cox. Our videotape, Maureen Badger, Andy McVicker, and Steve Spurl. Master control, Paul Bonomo, Cheryl Brown, and John Walsh. Our graphic assistant, Tim Sarwick. Play is underway. Associate producer, Debbie Rubin. Gene Prince, our studio camera. Chief engineer, Dick Quiddo. And art director, Mike Irvin. The puck behind the Philadelphia net. And you can't feel too badly for a team that fought so valiantly. There's no losing for them tonight. They just did not bring home the cup. 17 seconds left, but a salute to a marvelous Edmonton club who came on in an important game at home, fell behind early, and then came back and tied it and went ahead and won it. 6 seconds, 5, Hextall way out, shoots it up, and ladies and gentlemen, the Edmonton Oilers have won the 1987 Stanley Cup. Who made major saves on Doug Crossman. In the early part of the period, John Muckler to the left, to the right, the general manager, president, everything else. The Glenn Sather salute. Hextall at the far end has been saluted, my friends, and we're thrilled for this, that Ron Hextall has been voted the Conn Smythe Trophy as the playoffs MVP. And one must be terribly satisfied with that. As Wayne Gretzky down to our right with the Oilers celebrating. And when they shake hands at center ice, You look into the faces, those of you watching on television, and you're going to see 40 players with the highest and ultimate respect that you could have for one another in a series that has brought such honor and credit to the National Hockey League. An excitement like this league and this continent, North America, has not seen in years. And there they go, Sinisalo and Gretzky. Wayne is down at the end all by himself as the Flyers come through. The Oilers haven't been able to break free. And it is a deeply disappointed hockey club, Philadelphia. But in the sense that they fell short one game, but their season, it did not fall short. And now there they go in this wonderful tradition where all it is forgotten and they tribute to one another. The winners knowing how close the losers came and can have that empathy, and the losers the ultimate respect for those who had that little bit extra. And Hextall now in his congratulations of Gretzky has the look in his eye of someone who hates terribly to lose. It's at the far end, John Ziegler in the dark suit with the league's director of communications, Steve Ryan, getting ready to wheel Lord Arthur Stanley's Cup onto the ice. Brought into play in 1893. Hextall now with Curry, who got the winning goal. Kevin Lowe is a wonderful player. Mark Messier, who was a giant tonight for the Oilers, along with Steve Smith seeing his first game. And there's Grant Fuhr. Look at that. That's wonderful. They know. Two different temperaments. One so outgoing and the other so intense. And there was Messier, who threw his gloves up into the stands in appreciation. And Nielsen, and there it was. The slash forgotten. Athletes say it's wonderful, Glenn Anderson. And as all fans should say now, at the end of the game, whether it's this or high school or what, to say the competition is over. Well done, winner, whether it is your team or the other. Kevin McClellan out there with Grant Fuhr. And then, of course, you share with us, even though it is not to be the honor of the Flyers, share with us that wonderful presentation of that cup. To see it up close and see the Kenora Wanderers name in there, and the Montreal Athletic Club, the first winner in 1893, and to see the myriad of names that have been engraved from that time to this, as the Flyers go off, well worn and exhausted, and giving their last full measure, and there'll be no cameras, and here it comes, the Stanley Cup, and is being given to Wayne Gretzky, and he's asking everybody, please, we'd like to go on there. Get outside. See, get outside. He's wonderful, and he's doing it with a smile. They want to take that marvelous victory lap to be saluted by their fans, and he says, please go away. You recall in 74 when the Flyers, Kevin Lowe, and they're angry. You recall the Flyers in 74 with the unthinking fans jamming the Spectrum ice. This lap, this victory lap, is the sole, unchallenged right of the Edmonton Oilers. And Gretzky now has to hold it up within a mob of fans, songwriters, the streamers on the ice, the pale blue, the orange of the Oilers, and some red. And now the victory lap. And there's Kevin Lowe, a wonderful player in this series for Edmonton. And there's no victory lap. It's sort of like a mugging out there. As the fans, please fans, when the Flyers win that thing in our building, stay off the ice and let that team enjoy that thrill. Because now they pass it from player to player. Charlie Huddy has it now. Now grabbed by Issa Tikkanen. Frank Uni out there. But it is a shaggy victory lap now as the Oilers have to fight their way through, and Kevin, now Marty McSorley gets his first chance. Now the Oilers break free, and he's being pushed around by Mark Messier. They won 50 games during the regular season. They had the best record in the National Hockey League, and they win 16 and lose 5 in the playoffs. The Flyers finish overall just one shy of that magic number of 16, 15 and 11. But there is no team within memory in this league that has garnered such admiration and respect from all of the people associated with this game because of their performance. Paul Coffey, vice winner of the Norris Trophy, did not have him on this year, but he does not care. And now Wayne Gretzky, who finished the playoffs as the leading scorer with 5 goals and 29 assists for 34 points. And it was his assist on the Curry goal late in the second period that proved to be the game winner. Anderson merely asking for the icing. The Oiler room now, and finally the champagne that went sour in Philadelphia and had to be discarded and brought here very surreptitiously. And now, gentlemen, who I think, along with Mr. Hextall, should rank 1 and 2 in the National Hockey League All-Star team. Grant Fuhr, who finished with a record of 14-5 with a 2.50 goals against. And the Oilers did a marvelous job of shutting down Philadelphia. Again, the Flyers managed just 20 shots in the game and just 8 over the last 2 periods. And I have to think that was the eventual attrition of 26 games in 53 days. And the Tanks, as they valiantly again and again averted disaster, finally came to 0. And the Oilers, with an excellent performance, win the Cup. And so the Flyers, the first ever 7th game that they played on the road in their 20-year history, sees them fall a shade short. This is the 9th time that there has been a 7-game final since the institution of that 7-game set in 1939, and it is the 7th time in those 9 7-game finals that the home team has won. Only Detroit twice has won it on the road in the 7th game.